To the Noir podcast. I'm your host, Chukudi Amimi. It's my co-host, Chukudi. How have you been since we last saw, man? Like, I feel like it's been a while since we recorded. Like, what have you been up to?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. Life is life, and basically, like I was telling my guy 2 weeks ago, man. You know, when you were younger, you wanted like to be an adult. And,
Yeah.
But I want to go back, man. I want to go back. Maybe not secondary school. Maybe like primary school. Cause like they can't pay me anything to go back to secondary school. Bro.
Really?
They can't. Like, cause think about it. Misha, I was waking up by 5 a.m. every day. School closes by 3:20.
Yeah.
I get home by 5. I have lesson.
You're doing 5 to 5?
I have lesson. Then I have to still wake up. I had lesson to like 7, 8. I'll sleep for like an hour. I still have to wake up to read.
Fair.
So like, what kind of life was that, man? It was very monotonous, but yeah. Well, maybe primary school, but like adulting is just like.
I don't know. For me, I remember secondary school more fondly than primary.
Really?
Yeah, like, I don't like. Not that primary was bad. I just like, to me, primary was just very uneventful. Like, I didn't like, for me, I didn't really like primary school because like it felt like prison in terms of you enter and like you don't see sunlight again until like it's time to go.
Really?
Like, I don't know about you guys, but they didn't used to let us like out to play or anything. Like, once you came in.
We went to the same primary school. Though.
Yeah, but like I don't know if your year group was different because you're the year above. Because like.
No, we had fun, man. I remember it being fun.
Nah, for us, like the only time primary was fun was like, you know, that week after you finish exams when everybody's coming to school and they're like they're now playing their games and stuff like that. Okay, now that was live, but like outside that, like, because once you entered primary school, like when I was in primary, once you entered, like I didn't used to see sunlight until 2 o'clock when it was time to go home.
Bro.
I just didn't like that, so. For me, secondary was more like exciting, if that makes sense. Like most of my fonder memories are in secondary school.
The secondary school was fun in terms of like the people. I love the people, but that schedule, I can't go back. They can't pay me anything, man.
The only thing I don't miss about secondary was doing lessons. Once I left secondary, I was like, I'm never doing that again. Because like you keep asking me as I'm in law school now if I'm doing lesson, and I'm like, nah, I made a promise to myself. I made a promise to myself that no matter what, I was never going back.
So many weird lesson teachers I've had, man, in my life. There's one that even like when I was in primary, when I was still on the mainland, like.
You stay on the mainland?
You know, everybody stayed on the mainland, bro.
I thought like you were one of the exceptions. Like, since I've known you.
Nah,
you've been an island guy.
I was being like to like
this is
08,
so. I kid you guys, though. This is the first time. Like,
you can't be serious.
I swear to God, guy.
Because I moved like 08, yeah, 08. I remember.
Really?
Yeah. I was mainland for like time. Okay, not time, but like 7 years.
That's very interesting. Like,
everybody was in mainland now before they moved.
I know that. Mm-hmm. You just didn't give that vibe.
What do mainland guys? What vibe do they give?
No, it's not even about like, you know, everybody has like basically like most of us like in our I would say like group have like the same story of, oh, you were on the mainland then you moved to the island. Like when guys are yarning about like mainland peace, you're always quiet. So I thought like you were just an island guy from like you get school. Like
nah, I just never felt like, I don't even know why I didn't, but I think I've said that before though.
Nah.
Maybe it's to babes at all. I don't know, like
wow, crazy.
They will babes like.
So this is what you're sharing with the ladies.
But no.
I remember because like when I was in, so my parents wanted me to do IGCSE like when I entered SS3. So I started doing lessons like middle of SS2, right? And I used to have this lesson teacher, my math lesson teacher. So back then, like they were renovating one of like the rooms downstairs in my house. So we had like mattresses like in the dining room because the dining room was automatically like the lesson spot. Mm-hmm. So this guy used to come, like he would just come and crash on like the mattress. Like he would just open like a textbook to a random page or like maybe get me to print out like a past question and just tell me to do it. And like that's what I would spend like the whole lesson doing. And like he'll come, he'll be like, he'll come. Good afternoon, sir, good afternoon. Bring me 1 glass of chilled water. So I'll bring him like the water now. The guy will now down it and I'll go and sleep. And like he will sleep from I used to have lesson from like 4 to like 6:30 thereabouts. he would sleep throughout. Like, guy, it was so bad. Like, he didn't even used to mark my work. I used to mark it. Like,
What is it? I tell you
guy,
to back
guy,
your peas with the
guy,
answers.
and it was so terrible
Bro.
because I remember in the build up to the exams now, and I told him I'll never forget vectors till this day, yeah, because I was missing at one point. I was missing regular school because of IGs, and I told him like, "Yo, these vectors you've not taught me. Like, can you teach me? Exams are next week. Can you teach me?" Yeah, I said, "Don't worry, it only comes out in paper 2." I went and I wrote my paper 1. Vectors was 20 bucks.
Nah.
So imagine you're sitting a paper out of 100, you already know you're fighting for 80. And what made it even madder was the fact that when I now went to school, like, because in between exams, I'll try to go to school just to like catch up and stuff like that. When I now went to school, I found out like they taught them vectors the day before in class. I was like, man.
Now, some less teachers, man, like, just because I don't want to sound classist, man, so I will say what I want to say, but it's just like there's one that used to come to my house and just ask me like if I have chow. To eat the chow, maybe they'll teach me 1 or 2s. That's the end. It's like free chows, man. Like, so I'm paying you, I'm still giving you chow. I'm giving you what at the end of the day, like, I understand it, like, this chow is nothing, but it's like you're not even teaching me, like, even this meant to be motivated. Because at the end of the day, if you chow, you're already sleepy, you're not even gingered anymore. So I guess it, man.
Nah, but like, because what I enjoy about being like an adult is because I used to have lessons on Saturdays.
Wait, what?
I used to have lessons on Saturdays.
You didn't have it during weekdays?
No, so I used to have like lessons, let's say like Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, something like that.
Okay.
So like Saturdays, I also had lessons. And I didn't used to look forward to Saturdays.
I hated Saturdays, bro.
Because of those lessons.
I hated Saturdays, I hated Sundays because Sunday meant that school
was on Monday.
Bro, I hated Sundays, man. Go recently, man. Even Saturdays are still stressful for me now.
Sundays, like, I'm just like, oh my God, Monday's coming. God.
Nah, I hated Sundays, man.
Nah, but speaking of the weekend, like, obviously, a lot has been going on in the music world this past weekend. Actually, the past couple of weeks. Yeah, so like...
Hip-hop is back, man.
Hip-hop is back. So, like, for those that don't know, Kendrick... Drake, basically, it's Drake against the world. Let's just put it like that.
They're calling him Drenos.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, Drenos, man.
Yeah, so like, what are your thoughts on because...
Okay, let's start with the J. Cole thing.
I was starting with J. Cole or Kendrick.
I was starting with like that verse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, whoa, how did you feel like when you first heard it?
First of all, the beat is crazy. Yeah. Metro is good, first of all.
Okay.
But like, I think what he didn't really think about Kendrick is that he's a moments person. He knows when to come out. Like the control verse, is it like, when was that?
2014?
2014
or 2013, thereabout.
Around that time. He just has that element of surprise because he doesn't drop frequently. So when he drops, he stands and the hip hop world is like excited. Like, yes. But it's like when you hear the verse for what it is okay. It's not like he was doing anything crazy. Yeah. Because he just called him and said like, fuck the big three, it's big me. And the Drake thing at the end, like, for all the dogs getting married and all that. But like, he didn't say anything that was like
outrageous.
Wow. But the beat is crazy, the hook is crazy, and the Kendrick factor as well. So that's why it's been number 1 for like 3 weeks now. But I don't think he said anything that was like, oh fuck, he killed Drake, he killed J. Cole. I think it was like just a warning, like, I'm here, nigga, like type shit. But it was added to me, man.
The last, I feel like 2-3 weeks in the hip hop world, it's just everybody's like, I'm warning you, I'm warning you.
You have to think about it, like, these guys have relationships, man. Because if you think about it, like, when you're going at someone, like, when you're that big, there are labels involved, there are people, there's money on the line. So it's like, you can't just, it's not like, oh, me and you normal guys are this mutual. There's nothing on the line now, but there's so much on the line for these niggas.
Do you know that I was saying this thing, and this was after J. Cole like came, because like, for those that didn't know, J. Cole came, and it was so funny because most of that Kendrick verse was directed at Drake. J. Cole came and replied, which I didn't mind because I actually liked the song. Like, I like the song. Like,
I prefer it to like that.
Yeah, like, I like the song. The song dropped on a Friday, The following morning, guy, I was on my way to school. She said, guy, what the Cole do? I said, I thought maybe Cole dropped again. I was like, rah, this guy's on smoke. I saw him in front of thousands and thousands of people saying, Kendrick, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Your spirit is strong.
100K fans,
Yeah.
and he said that shit.
Guy.
And my head was gone. But the thing is that, I want to say, like, obviously, it's a bitch move in terms of hip hop.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously, the toxic masculinity in us wants that.
Yeah.
But, and the thing is with J. Cole is, like, I think I was telling you, like, if he wasn't saying anything for years, it was like he's on his hippie mountains, riding bikes. Like, he was on that P then, and someone came for him, then calm.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you've been saying you're the best for 5 years.
Yeah.
I want all the smoke and clean all you niggas. This one actually comes and tells you, I'm here.
Yeah.
And you shoot back, and you're like, but I guess it's like, so why, after like the Drake this and everything that's come out, and the recrossing and everything, if you're not on that time, if you don't like negative energy and all of that, I can guess why he's like, man, these guys are going to ask me for something that I don't want the world to know. And he's going to reach that point. Drake has been ridiculed for like how many years? He's used to this thing. This thing that Recross just said is like nothing to, but J. Cole has been like this whole like, he's had that PR of this peaceful guy, doesn't do anything bad. But imagine we now hear stuff that this nigga doesn't want us to hear. Like, nah, let me just bow out now before anything happens.
Like, this is why Drake is forever going to be my nigga. Of course, like, to be in this game, and to be like fresh the way he is, guy. There's a certain level of hatred you need to have in your spirit. Like, you can't be on this feel good time.
He has that Percy gene. J. Cole doesn't have that P, man.
Nah, man, because it was so disappointing. But then, like, Drake.
Yeah, Drake came. Over the weekend.
Pause.
Oh, Jesus, that's crazy. Yeah, he dropped over the weekend. How did you feel? Because obviously he leaked.
I was so, like, I woke up on Sunday and that was the first thing. Like, because it leaked on Saturday night. It leaked Saturday. Mm-hmm. So Sunday, once I woke up and like, checked my phone, that was like the first thing I saw. I saw it on Twitter, I saw it on TikTok. I was like, rah. And I think what shocked me more was like the speed in which Rick Ross dropped his.
Yeah, he dropped like 2 hours after.
That means like these guys, like, because, how do I put it? These guys it's either they have access to like other artist shit early, because like some of the stuff they were saying, so like Metro dropped on Friday, and that's where A$AP Rocky dissed as well. Drake addressed that as well. The weekend as. So for me, it's like, bro, or is it like once he dropped on Friday, guy, he was in the studio till like Saturday morning, like just.
I think obviously, like in any industry, like people talk. So let's say, obviously, like Metro's album, the second one, and Future's album, niggas are probably heard that P like months ago. First. So they are not just hearing it like when we hear it. So it's different for us.
Early access.
Yeah, exactly. But what did you think about the diss itself? Like,
I loved it. I loved it. And like my favorite bits was like, he was throwing subliminals at everybody. Kendrick was saying how you big stepping with his size 7, all of that. Guy, when he got to Metro, he said, Metro, shut your That was the one.
Yeah, said, shut your whole ass up
and make some drums.
Like, bro, do you know why that line is so crazy? Because that's all he can do. He can't rap, like he can't talk back. He has to make beats. That's why that line is so crazy.
Because I don't know if you noticed, like the beat stopped at that particular moment. Bro. That gave like I have been waiting to say this. It's like you could feel the frustration. Like imagine like you're beefing with your guys and your juniors comes to come and add more.
Bro, it was like a dismissive like let's slap this head, man. Let's get out of here.
I loved it like cause I feel like Drake addressed everything as real as possible. It was like, is this a 20 view? Like because it's everything we were saying like as fans. Like I felt like as a fan it was like shit, like this nigga gave me everything I wanted.
He addressed everything. It's just that like now waiting for Kendrick to drop. I won't be surprised if Kendrick doesn't drop, man. If he doesn't reply, I won't be surprised.
I feel like Kendrick would, but like he will reply in his own time in terms of like, how this thing has been brewing. Let's say like, okay, when was first Metro album? Like it's not even been up to a month.
Yeah, it's not been up to a month.
So like, and Drake replied within the month. Like we're in April now, guy. Kendrick, if he's going to reply, won't reply until like maybe like 2025. Like,
then who cares anymore, bro? Like, we'll still listen, but it's like, bro, like, how you take a year to reply, bro? Come on, man. But I think my hot take on the whole thing is that you know how guys are saying that Kendrick is like the boogeyman and like everybody's scared of him. We're going to see in this P that you guys have been capping for years, bro.
Yeah.
We'll see, Sha.
Yeah.
And Drake at the end said that this is not all.
Yeah.
He has
the
more
Kendrick,
shit, so.
the Kendrick, like, how do I put it here? Kendrick's following. I don't know whether it's to say icks me out or irks me, like, or both. He's calm, but like, how do I put it? Like, I don't.
You don't rate him?
Not that I don't rate him, but like, bro, no. How do I put this right? Like, are you telling me that you sit down on your walls and like listen to Kendrick Lamar? Like, do you get what I mean? Like, or like you're happy when you're like in the midst of strangers, guys, come and listen to Kendrick. Like,
Yeah. That's the thing, like, Kendrick used to be my guy.
I remember secondary, yeah.
Kendrick used to be my guy, but I realized that, like, Kendrick is for, like, all these pretentious, self-righteous guys. And there are many guys like that. That's the issue. There are many guys that are, like, on this conscious, self-righteous, pretentious speed. And it's like, that's their goods. And mind you, he has a lot of white fans that like hip-hop.
I don't know.
Any white fan that likes hip-hop will like Kendrick.
Guy,
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just all of that.
I don't even know where to start. Like, when I think of Kendrick, right? Like, niggas, every time, oh wow, he's so deep, he's so conscious. I'm like, bro, shut up, you didn't finish secondary school. Like, what do you know? Like,
Nah. Like, his stands are crazy. Every stand base is annoying, but
nah, but
his are just annoying. But you feel like they're better than everybody in the
they feel they are so smart, like they're intellectually insightful. And I'm like, no, you're not.
I don't even think Kendrick is that insightful like you guys think he is as well, man. And he has even said it as well. Like, people hold him to that standard that he's not. But anyway, Sha, I just feel like he's going to be exposed. And like that's what I want to see.
But like, I feel like for me, the only like downside to this whole thing is like, bro, I love Future as well, man.
Like, what do you mean,
like Drake and Future?
It's just collabs. The collabs that we might never get anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what's doing me. And every time I listen back to what would Pluto do, like, I think like these signs were here.
The signs
like,
were there. But the thing is that which one will you miss more? Drake Future or Drake Ross?
Drake Future, because Drake Ross haven't, like, if I remember right, the last thing they gave us was Money in the Grave.
No.
Lemon Pepper Freestyle. That was 2021.
Yeah.
But like, they haven't really been that. They weren't as active as Drake and Future. If that makes, like, Drake and Future did a whole album together. Do you get what I mean? Like, I would miss Drake and Future more because I feel like both of them are still kind of in their primes. Like,
Ross is kind of worse.
Yeah, Drake. I wouldn't really miss Drake and Ross. Like,
I'll miss that because they made a lot of.
Yeah,
I like both of them. It's just that's just. I don't think, but I won't be surprised if maybe in a year
they make up.
Yeah, because they've not really said anything. Ross, Future and Drake haven't said anything that deep to each other. Ross and Drake are just trolling each other at this point. There's not really anything like, you get. So, and even do you know what's crazy about this whole thing? This whole thing started from first person shooter when J. Cole said it's the big three and whatever. Apparently, Kendrick was meant to be on the song.
Really? I didn't know.
He backed out. So imagine you're meant to be on his song, you back out. And now these guys now saying that he's the best, he's Muhammad Ali on the song. You get. So that's where it started from. So I just think it's a whole thing. This is now brewing for like how many years now? Kendrick doesn't like Drake.
Yeah.
Drake doesn't like him. So
we'll
see how it goes, sure.
I find it very interesting though, because what the rumor is that Future and Drake are beefing over a babe. So like when you said like, oh, you wouldn't be surprised if in a year like they make up. I always say this thing. I feel like there are two things that can make like men hate each other for life: money and women. So like, to me, I don't know, especially if like it's that deep. Do you get what I mean?
But think about it, like, if what they rap is true, and the Future's always like, the way Future talks about women in his songs is always like degrading and like he doesn't give a fuck about them. In his trap songs, his R&B songs is different.
Yeah, that's what I was
saying.
Like R&B Future talks about the pain.
But if I'm going off what they talk about, obviously these guys have so many babes. I'm not trying to dick right, but they have so many babes, obviously. Like, and they make so much money together because of their music. Why would they give that up over a babe? That's why I don't believe that it's like.
I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, right? And let me know what you think. I feel like there's a certain level of reach you get to, like, more money doesn't add more utility to you. So like, let's just say, okay, for you, your saturation point in terms of money is like 200 M. So you can make 200 M's on your ones, but this person was bringing in maybe another like 60 M. So you could, instead of making 260, you're making 200. At that point, like,
That's really lots of money, though. But
yeah,
what
but
I
for some
heard,
people, like,
what I heard
yeah,
is that because Drake got a contract,
yeah,
signed a contract 2022, no, 2022
yeah,
for 400 mil.
okay,
And apparently, guys are seeing that contract and they're looking at theirs and like on it and like MVP. That's why I said it might be on the money peak because that's why someone said that's why they think that everybody's against him now because like, bro, you're making 400 M just for your contract, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
and
he's
look at our
Drake.
contract. But that's what I'm saying.
like, how do I put this? Like, let me use the equivalent I would use in another space, like Beyonce. Like, if Beyonce is making XYZ amount of money, imagine, like, I don't know, like, fucking, who would I even use in that instance? Like, Dua Lipa or someone come and, like, no, do you get what I mean? Like,
but they're going to look at themselves like, okay, like Future, for example.
yeah,
Future is big as fuck, but it's not big as Drake. But
Yes.
he has a very big fan base.
I agree.
And he's going to look at
He
it
probably
like,
has the second biggest fan
Yeah,
base
yeah,
active in the
yeah.
hip hop space right now.
So if he now looks at Drake's contract like 400 M, I mean, I don't know his own contract. Maybe he's making like 50. Yeah, what the fuck
Okay,
is
that
going
would
on?
be wild.
Exactly. I want to be envious of that kind of piece. Like,
Fair
bro,
enough.
I'm not saying that's reasonable.
Fair enough.
Obviously, this is all speculating, but
Yeah.
like, you guys, I think it might be. I don't think it can be babes, man. I can't. If it's about money, I'll agree. But like babes, I just think it doesn't make sense, man.
But like, I
And
feel
we're not
like,
saying it's a stripper as well. Come on, man.
I say strippers ain't worth
No, it's like if it was my wife or my girlfriend that you stole her hair.
yeah.
But over strippers,
But
bro,
like,
come on.
you know, apparently, like all these rappers, they always have like a favorite stripper. Maybe it
They
was
won't
his-
have sex parties.
yeah,
apparently.
like maybe that was his favorite. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
Anyhow,
what it was.
Sha,
But
I
like,
get your points.
I feel like for you, yeah. How do you feel like navigating that kind of stuff in terms of? I think we should look at it from both angles. So like, if it was a woman, if it's the money. So like, how do you feel? Let's start off with the woman bit first, yeah. In terms of like interacting with your guys. Let me not even say he's babe because I feel like that's more straightforward. But like,
Not
so
straightforward for niggas, though.
really,
Niggas, don't you see niggas like doing their friends, babe? Like, or even ex self, like.
yeah.
niggas.
But that's okay. Let's start off there actually. So like, what are your thoughts on the whole like thing?
Okay, I have an ex, and my guy wants to.
So
wants to-
let's say now, right? You have an ex, and I want to move to her. I now smash her.
How will I feel?
Yeah, and what would you do? How do you feel you react in such a situation?
I feel like I'll look at myself because it's like that means like I've been friends with the wrong person for like how many years?
Yeah,
Because how can you be my friend and you won't think about wanting
Yeah.
to fuck my ex?
yeah.
Do you guys? And it's like it's even be worse if I hate my ex as well. And you're like, bro, come on, man. That means you,
Yeah.
imagine me all the times I was calling you on the phone, ranting to you.
I was taking notes.
Yeah, imagine
my
all them
God.
times I'm calling you, Chikudi, this is what happened, this is what happened, and you're there,
my
like,
God.
damn, man,
I'm
this
there
nigga,
greedy. Nah, sorry, nigga.
yeah, your head will be gone, guy. But obviously, like,
Oh my god.
at the end of the day, I was watching one movie, one Nigerian movie, and the same thing happened. His best friend fucked his ex,
Yeah,
and like they were two guys,
Yeah.
but it was still that resentment.
yeah.
So I don't know, like, obviously, I don't want to lose my guy over a babe, like guys say, but it's just like the principle.
I feel like for
Principle,
me,
man.
even though I wouldn't want to lose my guy over that. Like I know how I am. Like I can never be in a shared space with you,
Yeah.
and my resentment doesn't spill
Yeah,
over.
the trust is gone.
Yeah,
The trust is gone, bro.
but like, okay, what if it's like it's not your ex, but it's like a babe you are maybe just linking,
And he smashes after I'm done, like, after we're done.
or he
Oh.
smashes while you're still doing.
I don't think I'll be that pressed. But I think it depends on if he doesn't yam me. If I find out,
Yeah,
like,
you find out. Yeah,
then I'll be pissed. But if he tells me, like, guy, man, kind of like she's feeling me or something, or like I'm feeling her,
Yeah.
and I want to, like, what can I say, man? She's not my babe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not my babe, so I can't say anything. But it's like, it'd be weird. Like, I'm classing her and you're coming to say you want to as well, like at least let me
finish.
Let me finish. That sounds so crazy. But let us be done first. Like let us know, like let us have ended the P first before you now come and yarn me. Oh, like you want to? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear that.
What about you? Just
If
weird,
my
man.
friend clats my ex, my last bit of sanity is out of the window. Like I feel like I would become such a dangerous individual. Like
Yeah, I'm killing niggas,
like
man. I'm killing niggas.
that's the thing.
But what of like, obviously not our type of relation. Maybe it's just like your guy. Maybe you don't yarn him that much. You see, you dap
then
each
I
other.
wouldn't consider him my guy if we don't really like yarn like that. Like how do I put it? If the person isn't part of like what I consider, I guess, my circle of friends, but like he's just someone I know as per like what chill.
You won't care, but you know him, but you won't
I
care.
won't. It's not that I won't care, but
But
like
you
I
still
won't
be
be
like-
as hurt or like as pained about it. Or if it's like one of my guy, I don't even like.
But you know, there are guys that we have here, and I don't trust them.
Oh, for sure. Like
I feel like if I feel like there's some guys that I feel like if I go to them and be like, bro, you can fuck one of my past things,
yeah,
they're down. They won't even think about it, bro.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's just one of those things.
I understand what you're saying.
Man. Like
I understand. Like there's some niggas you're like, God knows.
I have no hope in you. Like obviously we're probably not tied to, but I just know that this nigga, if I give him the opportunity, or he probably even has done this and I don't even know.
Yeah.
So it's just one of them ones, man.
I don't know though, but like if it's someone like I just like linking,
You'll be pressed.
I feel like I would only be pressed if the person went behind my back to do it. Like, cause for me, I'm not like how do I put it? Unless it's my babe, do you get what I mean? Or like someone I like. If it's just someone like this physical, I'm not like possessive as mine.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a jealous person, sure, but
I
I'll feel some type of way.
I'll stop linking the babe. Like,
For sure. I'll feel the babe.
But like, to me, it's like going behind my back. I know niggas be dirty marking as well.
Guy, I know. I think that when I think about that kind of situation, I'm just thinking about things you've told her about me.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
yeah,
damn,
bro,
nigga,
like so for me, it's just like I feel like I could even end a friendship over that P. Like just because
it's the principle for me. Yeah. It's not even the babe. It's just the principle.
But
It's
like,
just the principle.
what about the other side in terms of? I think okay. How do you feel about remaining friends with like your friend's ex? So both a male friend and a female friend's ex.
Guy.
Talk to them, biddy.
Guy, obviously, if you're a real nigga, you're not even a real nigga. If you're a nigga, you've been in this situation.
Yep. Especially
What?
with your female friends. let's be specific. God.
You've definitely been in this situation,
God.
like so many, like bro, it's so annoying. That's why, like, I think I told myself, I think from like 2021,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my guys, man, if you have a babe, it's on a cordial P,
Yeah.
hi, hey,
Yep.
that's the end.
I always,
Like, that's the
I
end.
always say this, P. Like
That's
I've
the
been like
end,
this
bro.
from young. I can't remember since when, but like from young, maybe my teenage years. If one of my guys has, so like I'll be very real. I also hold my hands up. I'm a bit of a hypocrite. If my male friend has a babe, it's very cordial, very hey hi, touch and go kind of piece. And if my female friend has a boyfriend, I'm maybe more open to the idea of having a friendship with said person.
Why is the difference?
Cause like, how do I put it right? I feel like in my head, like,
It's less of a violation.
yeah. Because how do I put this right? If let's say my male friend breaks up with his babe, not saying that I would, but the worst case scenario he can imagine is me linking his ex.
Yeah.
With a babe, it's not the same consequence. You get what I mean? Not that I would still necessarily go out of my way to like befriend my female friend's ex, but I'm just more open to the idea of having a relationship with another guy, if that pause. But like like a friendship with another guy.
Yeah.
But when it's a babe, especially because like as us niggas having like experienced like a lot of us guys in relationships and like not saying that babes are terrible. Like when a babe wants to be bad,
Yeah.
terrible. So like cause of that, it's just like I would rather just not even put myself in that space to even like have to deal with anything. And it's so interesting because I was having a conversation with one of my female friends today, and she was just like she sees like people as like groups as opposed to individuals. So what she was saying was like, for example, let's say she meets me and you now, right? And like for whatever reason, she and I now have an issue, and we stop yarning. She's going to stop yarning you too.
There are people that do that.
Yeah, like they're very whole in, whole out kind of peas.
I don't know how people do that shit.
A lot of babes are. Like, I feel like a lot of babes are like that.
I'll tell you that babes are battle ready.
Yeah, they're on that time.
Think about it, they've been doing this shit since primary school.
They're on that time.
Politics, everything.
They're on that time.
Friendships. But me, it's like, bro, you're my guy now. Like, you guys. I'm not saying it like, oh, like, because even me saying that, oh, I've been trying to distance myself.
Yeah.
Bro, I should end up being friends with these niggas.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end, something will happen. He'll act stupid. He'll do some stupid shit.
Yeah.
She hates him. And I'm not there like, damn.
You've spoiled it for everybody. Like
You ruined it. You ruined it.
Because like,
and the worst situation is now the one where you were guys with him first. They said, now she hates him. You're not in the middle of both of them.
yeah. I don't even know what you do in that
What
situation.
you meant to do, bro?
Cause like, bruh.
Because she hates him, he probably hates her. You're not there.
I feel like this is going to sound somehow, but do you remember that time where like niggas was beefing when we were in uni and we used to have to sneak around to go hang out with like people?
Bro.
I feel like that's what you do, man. Like
You don't have to sneak around, man.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn, like
at this age as
at
well.
this age.
Like,
the politics is just crazy, man. I
Too
don't
crazy.
even know what you do, man. Like,
too crazy.
but I don't believe in picking sides unless it's like a very crazy thing.
I agree with you, but
Will you pick sides in a cheating situation?
see, yeah. Wait.
I have to corner you, man. I have to corner you. 'Cause
I
that's a serious one.
I feel like it depends on the scenario. So let's say like you and one of my female friends are dating and you cheat. I'm going to be so real. I'm not going to come here and lie. I'm not picking anybody's side. Like I'm just going to call it speed is speed. Like, but if it's a P of like me and the guy weren't really guys like that. Like obviously my loyalty is to my female friends, so I'm not going to like befriend the guy or go out my. But at the same time, like I feel like us guys tend to be more cordial, like outside when these things happen. So like, if he sees me outside and he greets me and he wants to dap me up, like I'll dap him up and like keep it moving. Do you get what I mean? But it's not like this is my guy per se. Yeah. So yeah, that was me.
But what can you do that'll make you cut the guy off? Like what can he do to your friend?
As per like I would never like.
I don't see the normal serious rape and like sexual assault.
Like
what can he do? Or he can't do anything. There's nothing he can do.
Outside of like this, I guess this the serious stuff. Like, I mean, like how do I put this right? I feel like most breakups usually happen maybe because of physical abuse, emotional neglect, cheating. Those are usually like the three main deal breakers. So if it's not one of those three, like
if he emotionally neglects her, like he starts treating her bad, not in terms of like
not bad. Like for me, emotional neglect isn't like you treat her bad. It's like you stop doing the little things. Do you get what I mean?
So you stop talking to him about that?
No, I wouldn't. That's my point. Like outside of like domestic abuse and like sexual assault. Like I don't.
There's really nothing that will make you.
Yeah, like I can't. Or maybe what if he steals money from? That's actually another one. What if your female friend calls you and tells you like, guy, this guy stole like 500K from me?
You know what? This is so funny because there are guys that have not paid their exes back money. And
Oh
it's
my
just like, man,
God.
what do you do, bro?
That one I would stop talking to the guy.
Really?
Like the secondhand embarrassment is too much. Like, bro, Nah. That one I would actually have stopped talking to the guy. I can't lie. Like if nah. Guy, do you know how mad it is to steal from your partner?
Like,
Like,
stealing is crazy. Like, where's your shame?
bruh,
But
like
many guys do it, sha.
I know that's
Guys
the
fucking do it,
issue.
bro.
That's the
The
issue.
girls come and tell their stories, man. Damn, it's crazy.
Huh. Nah, man.
But yeah, it's crazy. Man. I don't know. There's nothing like you said. I don't think cheating is horrible, yeah. But if we are guys prior,
Yeah.
like if I knew you through her,
Yeah.
then I'll definitely like
Yeah, free
distance
it.
myself. If we're guys prior, man, I'm so sorry, babes. This is my guy, man. Even if he's useless, he's still my useless guy.
Yeah, that's the
That's just the
thing.
thing, man.
That's the
That's
thing.
just the thing.
That's the thing, man. He's useless, but he's my useless guy. That's actually it.
Like, obviously, no girls be like, oh, you guys don't call each other out. All of that, man. How do you feel about that? Like, when you always say that shit? Like,
As
oh,
per,
they're always like, there's no accountability in like male friendships. Like, a nigga can do something and guys will just be quiet.
I don't think that's the case. I feel like men just don't waste their energies. And what I mean by that is like, for example, now let me use your relationship and mine. Like, if I'm doing some dumb shit, you tell me I'm doing like dumb shit. Do you get what I mean? But like, if for example now there's something that I'm doing that you know, if you yarn me, I'm still not going to stop. Kind of just you're not going to waste your
Yeah, what's the
do you,
point, man?
like because how do I put it? We men, we don't like talking too much
yeah, bro, long talk.
because it
man.
feels like you're wasting your energy.
Like, unless it's like I see it's being detrimental to your progress in life,
Yeah,
like your character,
yeah.
then I'll tell you. If you don't do anything about it, that's your business. As long as I've said my own share.
But the
You
thing,
get it?
the thing as well is like, how do I put this right? Because I feel like when they say that, it's usually in a more like serious context, so like essay, stuff like that.
There's so many in like.
No, I mean in the
everyday-
but like the more times I see like
Yeah,
magnified,
yeah,
it's usually
yeah,
in them.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about like in the everyday, like let's be real, like even in female friendships, like how ladies, let me know in the comments, how often do babes tell their female friends, kind of like you're tweaking?
You tell them though.
When it-
They might not tell them, but they might give them
Signs.
silence, or they'll start beefing them. That's their way of
no,
telling.
I feel like they do that when it's like you're tweaking towards me. So like let's say now, right? I have a babe, right? And my babe is like moving mad. Not in terms of like she's cheating or anything, but like she start being a bad girlfriend, let me put it like that. And like cause of that, how do I put it? They always say this thing of everybody talks about the reaction, never the disrespect that brought out that reaction. So maybe one day now I now spark for whatever reason. Like I'm not like, maybe I use bad language or whatever. And she now goes to go and yarn her friends. And like her friends know what she's been doing, right? In that kind of situation, how likely are her friends to be the voice of reason?
Because if your girlfriend comes to I'm talking about family, if my girlfriend comes to me and saying things that her man has done, and she's like irate, I'm not going to in that moment and I'll tell her like, oh, but you did this, so did you guys? Or if my nigga comes to me and they're telling me that my baby's tweaking, but I know he's kind of at fault, especially when he's in that mood where he's like angry, I'm going to now tell him, man, can't lie, man.
But I feel like before that convo ends, like with guys, I don't know about babes, or with guys, you would. Maybe not at the start, but before
Maybe you guys
before you guys finish that conversation. So
yeah,
do you,
I know a yarn, Sha. Yeah, I know a
yeah,
yarn.
because
my yarn in like a
do you,
joke.
do you remember that time, right? That like that P happened in uni, second year when we just started, where like one of our friends came and just like bust your whole situation one night like that. And like you came back irate and like you and I were speaking. And I was just like, can't lie, the way she went about it was wrong, but can't lie, you've been tweaking for him. Do you get what I mean? I feel like as guys, like we sort of, unless like you're a guy with like anger issues,
Yeah. You can shoot
the
them.
normal like guy like can still yarn like can't lie. Do you get what I mean? Like
Just it's just that guys don't really take things that personal. Like it's especially if, but just like babes are just like wired different in terms of like you have to know how to talk to them like and stuff like that. And the I also know like the times where to talk to them because if they're coming to you on a this is what happened though and you're telling them kind of like you fucked up, you're also going to feel like these guys never listening to me type shit. So I think it's just different for those
But
niggas.
like, how do I put this? Not being able to be told you're wrong in that moment, isn't that a form of lack of accountability?
Like I get both sides in terms of like, okay, if I'm coming to you ranting,
Yeah,
like if I've had a tough day,
yeah,
for instance, and I tell you, okay, my boyfriend did this as well, and I'm like just so angry, and you're not coming to tell me, man, I think you should have gone about this. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you saying, bro? You get what I'm saying? Like that's not what I want to hear right now.
nah,
But there's also friends. There are different types of friends.
yeah,
I'm the listening friend.
yeah,
Anybody can call me
yeah,
anytime, yarn me.
yeah.
I'll listen. But some friends are like, they don't like long talk. I'm like, bro, how are we fixing this right now? Do you guess?
I
So
feel
just
like
to
I'm that
keep
kind of friend.
like the
Like,
fixing friend.
it depends because like, it depends on what the situation is. Cause, and I've had this conversation with a lot of my female friends, right? I was even having one like a couple of days with Noir. And I was just telling her like, guy, like maybe like 70% of the shit, like most of my female friends come to cry and me. The solution is right there. Like he's staring me in the eye. But it's like from what, babes have said countless times, they just want to be heard.
Yep, this wants to be heard, man.
But in my head it's like, why are you wasting all this emotional energy when you can just solve it and continue
But
about
the
your
thing is
day?
that, like, sometimes ranting just that's the thing I like about babes is that they know how to, even if you might be talking in a toxic way, they know how to let their emotions out. And I feel like with niggas, we keep it in and it comes out in the worst way possible on a different day. Because for instance now, like she said, like how your friend told you, like, oh, it's good to just be listened to. Like, bro, sometimes like I've had a crazy ass day. I can't tell anyone about it. Then maybe my friend, I open the GC for instance, and someone says bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga? When in normal day, I'm not thinking, but just that this small thing just pissed me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I now look at it after, I'm like, bro, why did this thing piss me off this
Yeah.
way? Because I've been harboring so much.
Yeah.
But with babes, you just say it's, even if it's the smallest thing, like, oh, you forgot their birthday. They will tell you about it and they'll leave it there, and that's the end. But me, it's just like, I'll keep it in. Then one stupid thing will now vex me, and I'll be like, unload, pause on everybody.
I feel like for me, right, like I was like that maybe like a couple years back, but how I am now is like if somebody does something, right, I address it, but like I don't feel the need to have like the emotional punch behind it, if that makes
What do you
sense.
mean?
So like let's say someone does something that upsets me, like I don't know, or like hurts me. So I don't know if this is something that would hurt me, but let's just say someone that I think dear forgets my birthday, right? I wouldn't come with the emotional tone of, oh my God, you hurt me. Da, 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 da. Like, I would, first of all, inflect. So, like, oh, I feel off. Why is that? Look back. ID, okay, this threw me off. And then, all right, accept how I'm feeling in that moment. Then maybe, like, afterwards, be like, yo, it wasn't like, you missed my birthday. It didn't feel nice. And then we just yarn, like, on a normal, like, vibe. I think for me, is at times the emotional overwhelmingness over
I
like
get what you're saying.
there's a lot of emotion. It's not necessarily what's being said, but like the emotional
And the
accusatory
tone,
tones as well.
yeah.
Like
It's like,
there's a lot. It's like an attack kind of, and it's a lot as well. So you're like, whoa, like
obviously you're going to be defensive.
yeah. So like for me, that's why like I don't know. That's
So
not
you're saying your communication over the years has been better?
as I've gotten older. Yes. Like
Yeah.
I just
Yeah, definitely.
like because before I'll just be quiet and I'll be very passive aggressive, and like that just used to spoil everybody's vibe. Can't lie. So like for me now, like when somebody does something to me, like I just try to sort of like emotionally regulate, get back to my somewhere near to my equilibrium, then speak to the person.
Yeah.
Or like if maybe me and the person are trying to address it in that instance and like I'm getting emotionally overwhelmed, can I yarn you later kind of piece?
I don't know if you've been seeing, I talked to my friend about this recently, that silence treatment is emotionally abusive. Like, what do you think? How do you feel?
I've heard that. I can't lie. It depends. So it depends on what you hope to, or what the reason for the silence is. So if you're doing it to punish somebody, then yes, it's abusive. But if there are some people who are silent genuinely because one. So like for me, when I would be quiet, it was more so because I knew if I spoke in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say something neither one of us was going to like.
Mm-hmm.
So because of I didn't have the words in that moment to be respectful or to communicate properly, I would just be quiet in that
Mm-hmm.
instance.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me as well, like what I realized for me is that when I am upset, right? Especially when like the person that has upset me maybe hasn't like validated it immediately or whatever, or like addressed it immediately, being around that person in that instance triggers me.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I don't really want to be around you in that instance, right? And if I do speak, it's going to come out very
Yeah.
cursy. So because of
Mm-hmm.
that, if someone comes and yarns that in that instance to be emotionally abusive or that's what you use, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't agree. But if it's like, oh yeah, how dare them do
Mm-hmm.
this? I'm now not going to speak to them so
Mm-hmm.
that they can feel my absence. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree. And it's so funny because I've had like female friends and like babes I was talking to try that pee with me where it's like they stop yarning me. Like to me, it's like, what's It's okay now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because afterwards, like, babes are so funny. Like, they'll now come and I'll be like, aren't you going to beg? Like, aren't you going
Yeah.
to fight for the really?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like, why?
I, in my opinion, I think it's emotionally abusive
Mm,
because I think it's how you address it.
mm,
Especially maybe because I'm looking at you at the age you're in right now. Maybe if you're a teenager, 20, 21, 22, who gives a fuck? I feel like we're reaching that age where your communication should at least be on a level where if I do something to you, okay, for example now, it usually happens like this. We're having a conversation.
mm-hmm,
I say something you don't like.
mm-hmm,
You probably not even deep in the moment, so
mm-hmm,
you probably go back home like, fuck, this guy said this name.
mm-hmm,
Fuck. Then you stop speaking to me.
mm,
And it's like, damn, like, what did I do? You don't want to say.
mm-hmm,
You don't talk about. It's like it's been days
mm,
since that has happened, or it happens in the moments where we're yarning and you just go quiet.
mm,
And it's like, what the fuck happened?
mm,
In my opinion, I feel like what you should do is, if I'm not asking you, are you good? What's happening? Repeatedly, and you're like, it's fine, it's fine. I feel like that is emotionally abusive. But you're not telling me what is going on, and I'm there like, you guys. I feel like what you can do in that situation is, I don't want to talk right now. I'm processing my feelings. We'll talk later. I need space. If he keeps going on after that, that's on him because you've expressed yourself.
mm.
You guys. But also hear your point of like there's so many people when they're angry, they don't want to say anything because they are going to curse you out, and they rather just maintain the relationship
Mm-hmm.
and be respectful. But I just feel like there are so many people in terms of like they are doing it to get you back. That's their way of getting back at you, and like
I agree.
bringing
Yeah,
like that negative energy they are feeling towards you, so you can feel what they felt.
I agree
And
with
it's like,
you.
damn.
I agree with you. And maybe this is like, I mean, I don't know, maybe being devil's advocate or whatever, right? What's what? I guess like society now, whatever. Like there seems to be this onus on the person that's offended to be the bigger person.
But that's not being a bigger person.
No, I think it is because let's say now, right? You say something I don't like. Like, let's say, you know how, like, for example, now there are some people who, like, when maybe you're in group settings, they now make you like a joke kind of piece, right? In that instance, you disregarded my well being. Do you get what I mean? And with this whole thing of, oh, silence is emotionally abusive, it's not like, oh, I now have to consider your well being for the well being of our relationship. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's the onus is now on me to do the mature things where, do you get what I mean? You should have thought of what you were going to say first, if that makes sense.
But people fuck up. You guys.
Yeah.
So it's like, and silent treatment is not just like, oh, like you've not talked to me for like an hour. It's like an elongated period of time.
Yeah, I know.
Where you've not communicated to me how you feel.
Yeah.
You're acting passive aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just feel like in that moment, I don't think it's just like, bro, it's different if he doesn't come to you at all. If he comes to you and be like, and he's like, oh, bro, what's good? What's happening? And you're still on that P, you're not communicating, you're just like, everything is fine, like, it's good, you're tripping, or you make them feel like they're overreacting. It's like,
now I hear that, like, if they reach out,
reach out, exactly.
I do speak, but if they don't, like, and you're
that's
off,
fair, that's fair.
fair enough.
Right.
All right. I feel like last bit we wanted to talk about like before we like stop recording was the other side of things. So like you know how you were speaking about like how the whole thing could be, the whole Drake future thing could be like envy.
Mm-hmm.
So like for you, do you feel like you've ever been like situations where like you've experienced envy of a friend or like your friend's been envious of you and you've picked up on that vibe, or like if not, like how do you think, because like you said we're about to enter like stages where like some people might make it faster than others.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your mind frame in terms of that?
I feel like envy is a natural emotion, like jealousy as well. No, no,
Mm.
no. I think envy is different because I think you act on the jealousy. I don't know. What's
Okay.
in the definition? But I'm talking more of jealousy anyway.
Okay.
I think jealousy is a natural feeling. I feel like if you see your, how do I explain it? If you see your friend doing something,
Mm.
maybe they've got a new promotion, they are doing
Mm.
something, they got this bag, whatever. I feel like if you don't feel that thing of you should be there, it's just, I think it's a lack of ambition on your own part. I think it now becomes a problem where you're now like, you won't see them fail. I think that those are two different. I think that's where the envy comes in.
I think for me, envy and jealousy, I kind of see them as the same. Maybe there is
Mm-hmm.
a difference, but like to me, like envy and jealousy connote like let's say like somebody gets a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, an envious stroke jealous person is like I should be with the one with this car, not him. That's why I see as envy stroke jealousy, like because for me,
Mm.
I don't usually experience like envy or jealousy. What I experience maybe is how I've like coped with things
Mm-hmm.
as I've gotten older is more admiration. So like let's say now I would say okay, maybe the person in our group right now that like maybe is the perfect example would be Anthony. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Anthony like does X or does Y or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think like, oh wow, I should be the one instead of Anthony. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh wow, Anthony has done such an amazing thing and I would like to do that too. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like for me, like envy connotes there's not enough to go around, if that makes sense. And
Uh,
I've never really like for me personally, I've never really been one to like see things from that regard. It's more like let's say somebody's here, I want to meet them there, so I'm inspired to meet them there, like as well,
mm-hmm.
like I want to push myself. But
Mm-hmm.
like envy is like it should be me here and them here. Or like or at least how I see it, or like, you know, if let's say I'm here and they're here,
Mm-hmm.
I should bring them down here. Like something
Yeah,
should
yeah.
happen.
That's why I see envy as like, oh, like
You're
there's some
preying
people
on
like,
someone's downfall. Like
yeah,
kind of
exactly.
key.
Like there's some people that will post like, there used to be a period on Twitter. People post their promotion on Twitter.
Yeah.
Next day they've lost their job because people have reported them.
Yeah.
And like, what are you doing? That's literally you being envious. But I
Yeah.
just feel like jealousy is like, you see your nigga, or it might not even, you might be scrolling on TikTok or Insta or Twitter.
Yeah.
You see someone like maybe buy a car or has just something like crazy that you want in your life, and you're seeing that, you're like, damn, I don't have that, and you're just like, oh, like I want this, and I'm jealous I don't have this now, but I'm going to work towards it.
Mm-hmm.
You guess? I don't think it's I think the envy now comes in when you're not like. That's when the hate comes in, like, damn, this nigga. You're not trying to look
So
at.
wouldn't hate still come in if you're jealous? So like for example
I don't think so.
for example now, right?
It can lead towards it though.
For example now, right? Let's say you bag a babe I want,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I feel the type of way about it. Am I envious or jealous in that instance?
Have you done anything?
Huh?
Have you done anything? You're just.
I'm
in your
just
feelings.
upset in my.
Yeah, you're jealous.
I'm jealous.
But if you now start dirty marking me, I think that's where the envy comes in.
Really?
Because, bro,
I feel like guys in the comments should actually let us know if there's
guy,
a difference.
like, let me
Is
that
there-
you're
is
seeing
there
your
a
guy
difference?
with a babe and you're like, I should be the one with this babe. I speak the truth, man.
I'm going to be so real to you.
You've never experienced that.
Maybe when we're like back in like secondary, but in my adult
Mhm.
life, I'll be so real. Like I look at the babes I bag and I'm very happy with them. Like not in terms like how do I put this? Like at least in recent years, in my 20s, I can say this one in my 20s. Like
Mhm.
I've never seen one of my guys with a babe
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't feel like we got the reason why maybe I've never felt like that is because I always feel like I can bag a babe as bad or better.
Mm-hmm.
So like to me, I never see it as oh rah. The only thing maybe I would say is like if I discover this babe first,
Yeah, I think that's it. It's not in terms of like, oh, like
she should leave him for me.
it might not even be you want that babe.
Yeah.
That particular babe.
Yeah.
Maybe you want someone in her ilk, like someone that's as bad
Or that
as her.
cloth.
And you're not looking at your baby, you're sighing, man. Damn.
No. I've never experienced that.
I've never sighed though. I've never sighed.
Oh my
God.
Oh my. Nah.
A lot of people really say that you look at your baby and you sigh, but
nah, because literally every time, like maybe I'm talking to someone or like I have a babe, like a few times I've had a babe, like every time I'm in a room, literally in my head, I feel like I have the baddest babe in the room. To me.
Fair enough.
So like, because of that, I've never looked at a babe and like looked up. Nah, because like maybe it's going to sound somehow, but for me, yeah, before I date someone, especially like before I make them my girlfriend, I look
It
at
might not be a girlfriend thing.
no before like how do I put it? Before I'm sure like a public
with her,
association
yeah.
with them, I look at them and I'm like 9 times out of 10, let's say I'm in a room with like a guy with like my guys and like their girls. Where are you going to rank in this line of knowing my guys' capabilities? If it's not like particularly high.
Let's ask you a question right now.
All right.
That babes usually say that, oh, that guys care what their guys think about their babes. Do you fall in that?
No. When I was younger, yes. But I will say this. I care about what I think my guys might think. So no. Let me explain it. I know it doesn't make sense, but
Yeah,
once I
sense,
explain
bro.
it, it will make sense
Yeah.
to you. So let me use you as an example now, right? So let's say I have a babe, like I'm talking to a babe. It might cross my head like, if Chidi sees this babe, like, would he think she's mid or something like that? Do you get what I mean? And if the answer is yes, maybe as we're in that talking stage in him. But like, if in my head I've deemed the answer to be no to that question, and I now actually come to Chidi, and Chidi now says, "Kind of like this babe's mid." I don't give a fuck what you think. Do you get what I mean? So that's why I said I care what I think my guys might think, if that makes sense. But once I've crossed that hurdle, so I might be wrong or what my guys' perception might
once
be.
Once you're not confident in her, no one.
It's not even about kind of because once for me, I know like this babe is objectively bad. Like, if maybe she's not your own cup of tea. So for example now, like I know I had an ex like you particularly are not physically attracted to, but like she was objectively good looking. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't care what you think in that instance.
Yeah.
But like, if let's say I'm talking to a babe, do you know what I mean? And like, I feel like that only happens where like, can't lie, the babe is not so bad. So like,
Yeah, I'm telling you, that happens when you're not sure of the babe, man.
Yeah.
If you're sure of the babe,
guy.
you're not even going to. But I think many guys care, Sha, like. But that's the thing. I don't know if I care. I think for me, it's more like, how many niggas want you? Bro?
No, secondary was nasty. Like I remember secondary guys used to break up with girls because the GC did not approve. Secondary was where like real love died for a lot of niggas because like you could tell like bro like you could tell this guy loved the girl's personality, but like the GC was like nah nigga, what you doing? I can't lie, that's why in secondary I never came to the group chat with anybody else talking.
Bro, I promise you. I think for me, I just care. Like, how many... I don't know why it's weird for me, but it's like, if I see that niggas don't want you, the appeal dies for me. I don't know why. I don't know if that's weird. Cause like,
I hear what you're saying.
I want babes that are like... I like babes that...
that desirable.
Niggas, yeah.
That everyone wants, but like you have.
So sometimes I'm talking to a baby.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm still gauging if I'm like feeling her.
Yeah.
And she comes to tell me like, man, I was out today and this guy approached me. I'm gingered.
Yeah.
But if I know, if I'm not getting that vibe from you,
like for me,
might not be.
For me, I don't know if that's my metric. Like, how do I put it? I think, like, to me, when that comes to my head, it's usually in a club setting, and I'll say why. So like I always used to use this thing. So like I would see a babe in a club, right? And maybe I
Mhm.
want to dance with her. I think she's objectively fine and everything.
Mhm.
And I'm like, if I know this,
Yeah, niggas.
niggas here know this,
Mhm.
but there's a reason why nobody's moving to this babe. Like
Mhm.
that's how it registers in my head.
Mhm.
Like something is off here or something's amiss here. Do you get what I mean? But outside of that, like obviously, for me, if I'm yarning a babe and she yarns me like, oh, a nigga came to come and approach her, the next thing I want to hear is how she curved him. Like, if I don't hear that immediately after, like, guy, my head is on the moon. That's my day spoiled. Guy, when
But you hear me?
guy, once it doesn't come with, guy,
Yeah.
in fact, self, like, if it doesn't come with, can you believe?
Can you believe? Yeah.
If it doesn't come with that
Or it doesn't-
preface,
there's no
guy,
you-
when he's
there's no
when he's
you
going,
at the
guy,
end.
when he's coming a bit long, like, he was asking me for my name. It's like it's sounding like,
Yeah. But you know the worst, just to end on this fear,
Yeah.
the worst P is when you're yarning a babe and you're not saying that to the group chat and you now start putting laughing emojis. Oh my god. They're not laughing at her. Might not be her body or whatever,
Yeah.
but her face.
it's just like her rep.
And there are niggas that do that P.
Do you know this is why
Every
this is
fucking
why
time.
this is why I don't send to the group chat because I want to
Bro.
be delusional.
Yes.
Like
I
let
want to
me
be delusional,
let me
bro.
find out by myself.
But there's some guys that want to find out before.
Nah, bruh. The worst ones is when like they don't like. Let's say you should forget the group chat. Like you're like in person, and like someone just puts their hand on your shoulder and just says,
But wouldn't you prefer a P like? Imagine you're not falling in love with her and guys are not coming to yarn you after.
"I'm
Wouldn't you
too
just
far
prefer?
gone. I'm too far gone by then."
You won't care.
Like it's not I won't care. I'm going to die on my shield. Like I've heard what you've said and you're objectively right, but like I know who I am as a person and I can be stubborn. Like especially if I'm in love, guy. I have to go out.
I'm the same way. Like your past doesn't really, unless it's something like.
This is the last thing I'm going to say.
Damn.
Do you ever get this vibe of like, you know how you said like for you like babes that like niggas want, yeah? Let's say you're yarning a babe and she yarns you like a nigga that used to be like in her DMs or whatever, or you used to yarn her back in the day. It's like ew, like as per like you get the ick because of the kind of nigga that moved to her. Yeah.
He's like, why is this
Why
type
like
of,
what?
why are these type of niggas
And
moving
it's like,
to you, bro?
it's
Like,
like,
why do you
is
have
this the
confidence?
bracket I'm in?
Like, what does that say about me? Like,
We have
true
to end on that note. It's been such a fun one, but we'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Give us your thoughts on the things we've spoken about in the video.
for sure.
Jealousy v envy. Women, do you hold yourselves accountable?
Cap.
But till next time, guys. Peace.
So.